Hello, you're joining me, David. This is SHAREfactory. Thank you for joining me. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the channel in general and discussing about near future episodes and plans for the channel as well. So yeah, let's get right into it. Firstly, I just want to talk about channel uploads. Now, I know as far as I kind of go with my uploads, I've been trying more traditional episodes, you could say, as far as the kind of let's play stuff goes, really. And I know, say for instance, like Jack has been experimenting with a lot of different type of content. I've really kind of picked up on it over the last kind of couple of months on here, and at first I'm like, I wasn't too sure what to think, really. It's kind of a bit jarring to myself watching these kind of new videos go up, and I'm just like, okay, what's this? Where's this coming from? Kind of thing. Where's the angle of this? I guess it's kind of like, best kind of analogy I can think of is like, imagine watching Top Gear, and then all of a sudden it's like they're cooking, and it's like a cooking show, right? It's like, I didn't expect that. It's like you go to the channel, you see one thing, and you're like, okay, I get this kind of general kind of concept of content that's going to be available here, and then all of a sudden it's like, why are they cooking waffles? But that being said, it doesn't actually have that direct effect on it. Let's say, for instance, I'll just pick one out of the blue, the one that kind of brought it up, the driving video, where Jack uploaded images of his friend, a video actually of his friend driving his bike for about half an hour or so on that then. And I was kind of like, is that on the channel? You know, I'm not too sure what this is about then. But then after having a bit of a talk with Jack, then I kind of realized that it's like, okay, it doesn't matter, because some people are going to like videos like that and are kind of into that kind of thing. So at the moment we don't have that big of a base behind the channel at all. It's non-existent almost, virtually. So in all fairness, we don't have a kind of like, I suppose you could say, restriction to what it is we put out. I'll give you another example. Currently on iDubbbz's channel, iDubbbz used to upload a lot of kind of, I guess, talking head unboxing videos, quite varied, but it all kind of mashed together in a way, because it's all very reactionary based. And then recently he's been uploading videos where he's like messing around with like squirrel traps, and it's kind of like a weird family-friendly vibe to it. It's actually really shit content, in all fairness. I'm just going to call him out on it. It's crap. It's not like his older stuff. His unboxing videos are great. His stuff which he used to do with the whole kind of gang of people he used to work with, like Filthy Frank, and I know he's gone forever, but that stuff was cool, and that's where they built their fan base from. So kind of go into like, I'm hunting squirrels now, and let me set up this trap, and it's just really kind of, I don't know. He's taking a channel in a new direction. He already has the fan base, but a lot of people like myself who would have followed him originally are seeing this content and going, this is not that good. I don't know why you're uploading that crap. That is almost the same thing's happening here, but it's not, because we don't have that previous fan base of people going, I want to come here for gameplay. And that's fine as well, because at the end of the day, it's not a complete change in the channel's direction. It's just one video, or two videos, or three, every other couple of weeks or so. It's nothing too crazy. And that's what I've realized, and I know now it's not a problem, which is cool. It's nice to kind of like have that initial concern, I suppose you could say, come from myself, but by voicing it and kind of going, what's this about, and then understanding, having a chat with the guys, because it's, you know, a big collaboration with ourselves here, you know, that helps, and it's good, because then I can now be like, okay, yeah, you know what, fair enough, that makes sense, you can indeed upload whatever you want within reason. That's cool. So I'm glad we kind of got into that, and I'm really happy as far as that goes. With myself, on the other hand, with the type of videos I'm planning on uploading, it's going to be more kind of based with these type of videos which you're watching right now. So say the gameplay recorded, me talking over it at a later time, deciding on what topic I want to talk about near to the time, like kind of this channel recap and just kind of update, I guess you could say. That's cool. It's also good to do videos like that to kind of self-reflect and just be like, right, this is what we've done, this is how it is, what's the plan moving forward. It gives a very vague, but at least kind of generalized direction of what you want to go with next, which is great. I'm still going to be doing the gameplay stuff. I love that kind of thing, and I really think that some of the best videos I've made are ones where I'm just playing and just talking. It's just funny. The stuff that just comes out and just happens is just some of the best stuff I've ever done. That's not sad. So yeah, that's what I want to really do with that. As far as games go, now a big one that's going to be coming out later this year, which I want to do. I'm definitely going to be doing videos on that. I really need to kind of get it down to a T as to how I'm going to be doing it, but it's Fallout 76, which I'm going to be talking about now. I don't know whether that's going to be good or bad, but I'm going to play it anyway. Now, it's all up in the air at the moment, because at this point in the time where I'm recording it, I've pre-ordered it, and a lot of my friends are going to be getting it at the same time, but there's not that much gameplay as far as what we know of the game going, so we don't know where it's going to be and the kind of like style of what it's going to do. It's all kind of up in the air at the moment. It could be shit, because it being a multiplayer game, it's very hard to kind of control the direction of what it's going to want to achieve, I guess. And with the beta that they're releasing, which I'm going to be playing and recording as well, that is going to help kind of give a generalized idea of what it's going to be trying to do. The concept of it on paper, and from what I've seen, is awesome. Jack and a lot of other people would disagree. There's been a huge kind of backlash at this type of game, because Fallout and the universe there has always been considered as a single-player game, very immersive, very story-driven. That's perfectly fine. That's what I love those games for. But at the same time, this game coming out with a more of a kind of online approach, cooperative, more role-playing, it's more kind of akin to, say, how you'd play a role-playing server on Gary's Mod, I would say. I don't know if anyone is any familiar with that, but you'd have kind of role-play servers on a game called Gary's Mod, a game on Steam, which you can download, which would be kind of modded, where you can either say, I'll give you an example, they'd have like a town, and then everyone would be able to pick a job, like, say, police officer, store, merchant, gun, salesman, drug dealer, civilian, this kind of thing, and they'd just kind of all survive and kind of cooperate within the community of that game. And it wasn't just chaos, because there would be certain rules in place to kind of stop everyone from just KOSing. Now, games like, say, Rust, on the other hand, the same kind of build to them, but they're very one-dimensional, as in it's just the combat. There's not too much role-playing built into the game. It's more, you see a player, you kill them, that's it. There's no middle ground there. It's a really bad game, actually. Rust can be cool, but there's not a lot of kind of, I guess you could say, game design, which prevents a certain type of gameplay, or at least promotes a certain type of gameplay. What I mean by that is that, let's say you just have a game where you can just do whatever you want, right? If you want to be able to do whatever you want, you shouldn't be just limited then to fighting, because that's the kind of interaction. It's like, we have all these players together, the only thing they do is fight, when instead it should be, we have these players together, some of them want to fight, some of them want to trade, some of them want to explore. This nice little kind of conglomerate of play styles, and it should be able to support and promote all of them equally, or at least to a fair degree. Now, that could be done in a variety of ways, whether it be, say, a bounty system. Like, say, I know games like Red Dead Redemption, for instance, were extremely good at promoting cooperative gameplay, even amongst strangers. So, Red Dead Redemption was a big open world game where loads of players would start off, they wouldn't be on the same side, they could indeed kill each other, and consistently kill each other on sight. But they had a system, which was a brilliant system, called the Policy system, which essentially meant you just had a quick navigation menu, which you dropped down, selected a player, and said, I want you to come into my posse. Meaning that instantly, friendly fire, they couldn't kill each other, you'd be working together, you'd see each other on the map, and you'd all have the same kind of blip, all sharing XP, and you could just be like, hey, there's a guy on the ridge, Is he friendly? Send him a posse invite. Yes, he is. He's accepted it. Now I don't got to worry about him killing me as soon as I ride past him. It's awesome. And the amount of times where I've managed to make, like, say, a group of, say, 7 people, and we just hold out in a castle against the AI, complete randomers, no microphones, no kind of communication like that. It's just purely from the great design of the game that we all came together and didn't just kill each other mindlessly. We worked together to achieve a goal. And games like, say, Fallout 76 will need to have mechanics like that to promote that type of gameplay. If you want to be a cock and run around and kill everyone, that's cool. That has to be enabled. But at the same time, there needs to be some form of repercussion so that if you are doing that, then you're going to have a form of consequence, right? Like, say, a bounty on your head. You start killing random players, a bounty goes up on your head, let's say. Other players then are encouraged then to kill you, to make you face reparations for the actions that you've made, in a sense. You can't just go around killing innocent people or people who are lower level than you and expect to get away with it. They need things like that. And from what I've seen so far and what I've heard, that is going to be the case. To what extent, however, I don't know yet. But hopefully it is at a fair and relatively balanced setting then. And of course, in the meantime, I'm going to be uploading a lot of my own series videos that I've already been finishing up on and continuing. For instance, there's a remaining Crash Bandicoot series which needs to go up. That's already recorded, it just needs to go. I finished the Long Dark, that was great. Need to get that up as well. And the RimWorld series as well. I think there's 1 or 2 other things which I need to kind of follow up on. And yeah, just a lot of kind of either episodic episodes and series or kind of just one-offs. A lot of kind of general kind of just playing, like, say, for instance, some good compilations of me playing Siege. Things like that, really. Just nice bits and pieces here and there, just kind of focused, edited down and concise videos there. I kind of want to steer a bit more away from just consistent long streams of gameplay. I used to do that a lot from lack of me wanting to, I guess you could say, get into the kind of nitty-gritty of editing. But the only thing is that there's a lot of nothing happening in those episodes, and I've noticed that, and it is possible to make a long video like that and make it entertaining, but you have to consistently be back and forth with the game and consistently speaking and all this kind of stuff. It's, if you're playing the game for maybe about half an hour, 2 hours, that kind of general area, especially for a long game as well, it's really hard to do that, when instead it should be more when something's happening, when something interesting happens, cut to that part. The journey time, the kind of non-happening stuff should be more kind of edited out, and looking at something and going, is this worthwhile content? Does somebody want to watch this? And if not, I'll just cut it out and then put the stuff in, which is good. Another example of what I've done that recently was me playing the Kerbal Space Program video that may be uploaded a little earlier than this or after. Anyway, in that video, the whole gameplay section was about, say, 2 hours worth or so, maybe 2-3 hours worth of recorded. It must have been 2 hours of recorded kind of gameplay and me talking. Very tiring. And I cut it down to about, say, 17 minutes worth of actual video. That's the kind of scope of what I'm looking at. So, a bit more work, but it makes a much more entertaining video, I would say. And that's the way I want to kind of go about it now. That's the best way, I think. The best kind of direction which to aim in, which is cool. So I'm going to be doing that as well. So yeah, pretty much just a recap. Channel's going good. I'm happy with the nice variety of content we got going on here now. Happy with the consistent uploads from Jack and indeed John as well. I know he's been working on videos too, and a lot more things are going to be coming out on his side as well, which is good. It's awesome. I love watching him break games. He just has a way about them, which is cool. And yeah, with myself just continuing on here, trying to stay motivated, trying to consistently bring out something cool and just, you know, be funny, I guess. That's all I can really do. Yeah, so that's me. That's just a little recap of what we've been doing then. So thank you for watching this video. And yeah, hope to catch you in the next episodes to come. Thank you and goodbye.